Yeah, I'm sure for welcome again. Yeah, back to back to back to back to back to back. Analysis of what I see on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Like every day, I always say, why would you imagine money that? You need to subscribe. You need to subscribe. Subscribe to the channel. No, not turn on notification. In the notification turning, Michelle, making sure say obe choose you all in there. Send a content to be yeah, the better so I see, you'll be the first to view and you can enjoy the analysis of what I see on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. You see, I need to say good morning to wherever you are talking, wherever you're watching us from. I say thank you very much to what you see on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Of course, we're more, and there's a lot to unpack for you as on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Chelsea echo away to Athens to go and play in that big game against team, your friend of Panathinakos. We'll sit down, we'll do the tactical analysis for you. I say in that very, very big game against Panathinakos in the Greek league. Then, of course, a lot of the games in the Champions League, of course, a lot of credit to teams that won the Champions League. Before we break, I said Chelsea has to be in the Champions League. Chelsea really, say, come back. No go in the Champions League. Imagine say Nicholas Jackson, Cole Palmer, Noni Mudryk, Enzo Fernandez, Maresca, Romeo Lavia, Tosin Adre, Levi Cole, all of these guys in the Champions League. It's really going to be huge. And the way Champions League, very, very, very transitional. No? Chelsea can really thrive in there. It's Chelsea a hope say be room. No, enjoy and qualify for Champions League and me next year. And I think say that is the benchmark. That's the leveler. Steve Watts, when Stanley initials when they want to get it. And I did say the last time, if you know Enzo Maresca by now, I'm sure say everybody has come to understand so a top manager. Senior in on the field of play. And now, maybe a video be a video of how Enzo Maresca, Chelsea boys no air training. Now, first of all, Waka KK, a branch friend in Noni Mudryk to play with him and try to get the best out of him. Then in the next video, we will say Enzo Maresca, a branch friend in Mudryk on any team, literally tactically teaching him something in the lead up to the game, letting him understand, say he needs specific things from him. And I think that the way Enzo Maresca does his things as a manager is top draw stuff. And I've said it several times because essentially, say, oh, you're a good manager. The first thing I look out is clarity of thought. I've said it several times. Maybe as a team manager, I want to see this person has a clarity of thought. So the thoughts are clear in his mind. Not unimnia oka. I mean, that's how we say it in P. So unimnia oka. I tend to have mixed feeling of our manager. Enzo Maresca has been clear in his thoughts. He has been clear in your pair with Chelsea players. He has been clear in your no per se players. Na man on the field of play, and it begins with players. We say Mudryk more went on to me. Noni Mudryk came more because certain players in here certain specific treatment on the field of play. So they can also perform, and that's exactly what Abranti friend Enzo Maresca, Chelsea boys, because it is very, very important, and that's what he's trying to do. And now, training and they are prepared for that big one. And then, as Chelsea are playing team, my friend of Panathinakos, there is a possible lineup, mere tactical analysis, but just before we go in there, what I want to ask you today, and he said, what do you think is going to be a scoreline? What score predictions in Chelsea versus Panathinakos? Away game in Chelsea away at Panathinakos. What is your score prediction? Matching. Are you confident that Chelsea beating Shana, or you are not so enthused that Chelsea beating Yasha? Some match you away at Panathinakos. We are confident, and I said, it's going to be a tough game because the truth of the matter is that away at Panathinakos for home grounds now, it's very, very vociferous. Some are very, very intimidating. They will make it difficult for Chelsea. And then again, Panathinakos for my first game on boy in the conference, they didn't get the win. So they knew said this is a match where they need to do better and then get the win in there. So that is how Chelsea are going to go into it in there. And Enzo Maresca Eddie Nkomo about how the game is going to be like. He spoke about the players, spoke about what he wants from them, anyhow he sees them going into this big game against Tima. your friend of Panathinakos no or the Greek league no, and it looks as if said and next games ever born and you're very very possible that Chelsea ever started a brand here. Your friend Mudryk will be playing in there because almost be sound about Mudryk, and according to Enzo Maresca, also a tactical reason into and one for a brand here. Your friend Mudryk Uncle Anfield for him to go and play in there, but he's very very certain say this weekend of this the Nyami Admene Obebo Abrantia, your friend Mudryk, for him to start games for Chelsea, for him to be playing for Chelsea. Now for starting, I'ma be I come out. So we wait to see say next starting lineup in Bebano. Now but now Abrantia friend Mudryk and I said we will see if he's going to make that happen in terms of ball Abrantia friend Mudryk ever bought inside game no against my friend Panathinakos in the Maresca. On Mudryk mo edin komo in a training session, and the next time also kicking a branch here, your friend Noni Mudryk in the training section. He nice to prepare the boys for them to play very well, for them to get the results inside big game against them. Now, one of the things that is very clear so will be a team in Ivory Coast and said away from even the Conference League conversation. First game at Chelsea was against Manchester City. Chelsea after side game no on Lucy just 2 draws or draw against Crystal Palace and draw against Nottingham Forest. Now after international break no, and at Chelsea echo away against my friend Liverpool just last weekend. And I think that since that time, Obia or Chelsea match Nibiano did agree or to an extent agree say Chelsea were good on the day. In fact, when I was speaking to some Liverpool fans who accept and said, "Ball Chelsea, ball they didn't expect Chelsea to play that well." And I was telling this because maybe they have not watched Chelsea well this season. Almost share Chelsea, so they didn't expect that game to come because anybody that has been watching Chelsea in the games now will know say it wasn't just by fluke. Na no more bossa wins no away at vitality this animal. But truly, there is something good and also Chelsea Football Club. Now, in that game, you look at how good Chelsea were in their build-up in whatever the case. And I said several times, if you look at Enzo Maresca, one of the things that's setting him apart from the peers as coaches, especially with his first season in the English Premier League, yes, the communication skills and the clarity of thought that I've spoken about several times, a key part of it. But away from that, certain things are very important. And one of the key things for me, the fact that tactically very dynamic. Now, let me say tactically dynamic. Nyame Pacha and says Enzo Maresca ever be sharing on the Forest or formation, any tactics, any setup, in possession, out of possession, or person say or we share Liverpool or the formation, the tactics, or the own possession, out of possession, or person it I mean Pembe any different times beyond. Say my team be or how a person sets it up based on the team. The point of view is always the team. Point of view, and a general point of view. General principles and my kind football principle, it's about are they a category because they will believe in football. So okay, I deal with it. Person me same, person me same, person me same. Me one, person me build with 3 or a person me base of 2 because of this reason. Me pay numerical superiority, me pay quantitative superiority, me qualitative superiority. Me call in the next phase. Person me see. All of those things are there. You understand? And those are the principles, no, and then on the team. But in the execution of the principles, the shapes of the executive principles, no, always the point of view is a team. In the analysis, it's about how Panathinakos have been playing in the Greek league. How Chelsea can now match up against them and then tear them apart and then get out. And for me, that's the reason why Obitse Enzo Maresca stance now has been very, very successful since Oba Chelsea. You watch him, you listen to him, you watch the team. Then you get a sense of how good Chelsea team and what they are going to get from the games now, and how you constantly begin to accept, okay, now Chelsea have a very, very good manager. In my opinion, I think that Chelsea have a good manager now. Chelsea have an excellent manager in there that they can always go back to, that they can turn on and then say, oh, we'll be able to deliver results. Enzo Maresca, because tactically, or one of the best, he is smart, already game very well, make quick changes, any signing money, which is very, very important. And already Mudryk warming up training, he's talking to him, trying to get the best out of Mudryk, trying to get him to get results in there. And that's exactly what Abrantia Enzo Maresca Epefi, the players want. And now or Kansen Bibli spoke about a lot of things, even all the field issues, and he is spot on with it, and that's why Enzo Maresca is the kind of manager or yeah, as it stands now, and how he's beginning to get almost everybody on his side or on him. And then Chelsea game no more bono. On the Conference League table at Chelsea, we need the first game out or boy in the Conference League. Then subsequently, they want to make sure so they win the next set of games at Airbano. The knockout stages of the Conference League, Chelsea can finish it up and then get the job done. Also making sure say by the time you will do the other games, now Chelsea have finished up Conference League conversations and they have made sure say they have qualified to the next round of the Conference League. Then they can focus on other things to do. Our English Premier League and other local competitions. Game is very important. Also, away from the fact that Chelsea person share the Conference League, I think that there is the need for a bounce back. Say Chelsea quite we could lose or Liverpool. Near see Chelsea good. We make a good argument. Chelsea is a very good team. Now, Okoko lose or Liverpool be our share match. Be aja to me say yes. Chelsea team now. They didn't play badly. They were good on the board. They were good without the ball. They created quality chances. For the very first time in Nicolas Jackson's career, and like he always does in big games, watch it go at Anfield. Definitely, there was something good that's brewing over there. But so what you see there, you need to get back to winning ways. They're very, very important. In fact, that's the one thing as a Chelsea team, getting back to winning ways after our loss against Liverpool. And it's supposed to be away our Panathinakos to make sure that Chelsea everything results no. It is difficult because a Greek homeland and almost born away Greece, and so away to Greece, you know that it's difficult. Again, over the weekend, Chelsea won another game against Newcastle. There is the need to get the momentum back and then get some consistency forward again, and then begin to still get some extra results and then push up and get the level and Chelsea before say sad defeats to team and friend in Liverpool. So definitely these are the main reasons why Chelsea have to win again. Literally Chelsea second team in the match, and everybody knows that say team beat to say Panathinakos now the second team. Yes, a second team have a lot of quality, but then you would hope say they would deliver in a big match with say Chelsea away at Panathinakos for and Chelsea are pushing very, very hard. Say Ombina sa results in the match and net in Copenhagen and then you the best then we'll do the analysis now. I see on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube in Tisana de Americano. So won't subscribe to the channel now, subscribe to the channel, turn on notification, make sure saying the notification turn you will choose all. So you bet me enjoy. Now you will remove in the analysis, tactical analysis, what do we expect from the game in both teams, Chelsea on the side of Chelsea, on the side of Panathinakos. Chelsea for beating Shana Panathinakos one ever spring up a surprise. So I see a video come on the tactical analysis now. I see on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. And now I was telling you that of course a match day 2 of the Conference League and Panathinakos on the toughest game on Babel is going to be this one against Chelsea, obviously. Again, Chelsea last season Greens I went to show my last game on first game on boy our Conference League and then they've struggled. Borak Banja and you look up on the team the last one goalless draw. One thing I need to understand is that on a defensively very resolute side. Diogo Alonso teams no person making sure they will get the results against Chelsea with a home advantage. In fact, it will feel about 4 games, almost 5 in the last 5 games. It will feel we need 3, draw 1 back open on Lucy. So they hardly lose at home. A very, very tough home ground for team and friend of Panathinakos, and Chelsea will go into a place where it's difficult to play. But then again, Chelsea for in himself, social Panathinakos that they struggle to play against English opposition. Against any team, any English opposition, I almost tie a break a crack. And that's where Chelsea are confident that they can get the results on our stadium. Your Olympic Stadium, the Athens is at the Olympic Stadium of Athens. On the standings of the Conference League, Circle Brugge, winning the first game, Ammonia Nicosia, Pals, Molde, Lugano, Chelsea will be winning the first game, and on top of the Conference League, Panathinaikos first game of ball draw. So it makes it very, very important for them to make sure they get the results at almost and then match against Chelsea. Now, watch it, Panathinaikos team now. And now, maybe possible lineup they call matching is that Chelsea to go into the game similar to all the games that they are going to play in Europe. And I think that that's probably going to be how Chelsea will line up in all the games. Now, Enzo Fernandez Ekobi. There's going to be Kenan Drisby-Beholder, I think, is going to play a part in this game. Most likely, will be starting. The big problem, and he said, one as a DM who will play as a standing six or be control game next channel. Is it going to be a branch here? The friend is Cesar Casade, and Chelsea will rather play a branch friend Enzo Fernandez. I think say Enzo Maresca will rather go with Enzo Fernandez as a sitting six, non-control game. Say the as a Renato Vega in your born or be inverted about in the other side of the pitch, on the left-hand side of the pitch, and I see the Marco Correa will invert next to a branch friend Enzo Fernandez. Then in post, obviously, there's going to be Flejo against Benoit Belachile. They come, by at Anfield wasn't bad at all. Very good passer of the ball with Chono. And I think the confidence no air bank can. And then a branch friend either Tosin Adrebia will partner next to him. Now, it looks as if say Tosin Benoit Belachile will be the aggressor of the two centre backs, not Tosin the sweeper with Chono. Then you have Axel De Sassi on the right hand side. In front of them, like I said, Enzo Fernandez, Kenan Drisby or Joao Felix was a 10. And now, in a pre-match press conference, Joao Felix spoke about a lot of things. Said he knew that he was going to return to Chelsea the very first time. He spoke about the fact that he likes the club. Or see or not there, he wants to work hard. You will never see him give up and will not working hard. He wants to work hard. Ojidi said with working hard, no, he can come to the very top and then force the manager to make some very difficult decisions. And he will force the manager to make those decisions once he's working hard. On the left, I think that this is a game for Mihailo Mudryk. Like you saw, say Enzo Maresca and Mihailo Mudryk aiding come in the warm-up. I think that he's going to play Mihailo Mudryk in this game. And then on the other side, Pedro Neto will play in his favorite right-hand side our match this year. And of course, I've said it several times. If you look at Pedro Neto, definitely with time, with the tenacity and the directness, the dribbling ability, my only problem with Pedro Neto is most of the times the TAC form. If he's able to work on these things, I think Pedro Neto has what it takes to be a top Premier League winger. Joao Felix will play as a 10, and then Christopher and Nkunku will lead the line. Let's ask you a question. Why not Embo as a number 9 is in Nkunku and as a McGee? It looks as if it's going to be a branch friend Christopher and Nkunku and Ebebo as the number 9 Now, what this means that Chelsea will be going into the diamond shape. Also, Panathinakos, even when they play at home, unless they are playing against less fancied sides, but against teams that are better than them, like Chelsea, any idea. If you listen to your manager Diego Alonso, all the things are kind of say we respect Chelsea, but we are not afraid of them, and it's very clear. So they will play in more like a mid block in the middle of the park, trying to match Chelsea's numbers when they invert, and that's why, like Enzo Maresca, and its explanation for the inversion of Malo Gusto and Marco Correa on the lateral side of the far side, or what is the explanation to it, and he said, he would want to play Abantia, your friend Marco Correa, or Gusto to invest. Now that inversion, slightly closer about with overload either the left side or the right side of the pitch, and it's essentially about overloads and getting the +1 inside area, and that's what Chelsea do. Then a friend the diamond or starting against Inter, but against Crystal Palace or being against team and friend and Nottingham Forest, to have an extra man in the wide side in terms of build-up. Then the apex of the diamond, honestly, team drop it, come and receive the ball, come and play some 1 or 2 touches, so every branch and Joao Felix or anyone to try and be very, very good and then create chances right in the half spaces and to be able to play forward. Then, of course, Pedro Neto and Mihailo Mudryk will be tasked to holding the weight. The plan, they say, I'm going to hold the weight, I'm going to keep it ball on the wide side. Then they should be able to draw the fullbacks to them 1v1. Now, Nkunku will give us the box presence. And I can several times say, when the ball falls to Christopher Nkunku or box team, say 3 times, it's going to be dangerous. Say 5 times, definitely is going to be dangerous for a branch friend Christopher Nkunku. So essentially, once that is done, it means that the rest defense is going to be a branch friend Renato Vega with Chion, any a branch friend Tosin Adrebia, any Benoit Belachile with Axel De Sassi. Now, there's what I'm thinking. Because Panathinakos will not have most of the bones in playing Enzo Fernandez as a DLP, the deep line playmaker, will let him control the game better. And he will sit in front of the block and then be switching play, be finding Joao Felix in between the lines, will be going to the left, going to the right, controlling the game in itself, and then hopefully Chelsea beats many results. I think that Chelsea will have loads of the ball. Chelsea control large parts of the game, because even in terms of set pieces, also Chelsea backline or the average height of this Tosin Adrebia and any Benoit Belachile should be enough to deal with set pieces in games like this. And I think that Chelsea are gearing up to a very solid game with team my friend of Panathinakos, with how they are going to set up away at Greece. It is not going to be easy, especially with the ambience, the atmosphere, and how intimidating and Greece is for Olympic Stadium at Athens now. But definitely, I think that Chelsea have shown a lot of mettle. They have been good. They have played very well. And then Panathinakos was not going to be easy. And I think again that Chelsea can really navigate. Chelsea needs it as a confidence regain. Chelsea to me, how much, and the confidence now begin to regain. Then they will not doubt themselves again. Now they can go away at home to Newcastle and then also still be confident, still be arrogant and say you beat me in Newcastle about, because even away at Liverpool he played. We went away to Panathinakos. It didn't. We got a job done there. Now you're bet against Newcastle. We need to score, and that game is going to be very crucial. Chelsea getting 3 points of Newcastle is going to be very, very crucial to what their season holds. Because mind you, after that there is Manchester United game, and right after that there is an Arsenal again. Before the international break, game in November. So that tells you, say, the next round of games are very, very important for Chelsea. Already in the Premier League, 1 draw, 1 loss, no win. So there's the need to get this one back. There's the need to get that win back for Chelsea, for them to make sure say unbeaten results on open. We hope. And then remember, after the game, will bring you the post-match analysis of us on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. And if you subscribe here, subscribe, turn on notification, and notification turn and no, you choose all. Until then, I'll see you. Bye bye.